What's good, everybody? I know we got to get the camera straight. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. It's Thursday. Time to get it in. February the 12th, 2026. Trump. Who are the 6 powerful new men mentioned in the Epstein files? Let's get into it, you guys. Let's get this camera straight so we can get our day started. I see you guys already here. See everybody early. What's up, Liberty? How you doing? Jeffrey, what's going on, buddy? Boy. What's going on? Who else we got up in here? I think I saw somebody else. Mark Dorfman. How you doing, Mark? Batty, how we sounding for audio? Let me know how we doing when it comes down to the audio. Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, so glad that you can make it. Still praying for you every single day. You know how we doing. Thank you, Batty. Appreciate it. Let's get this video straight now. Hope everybody's good. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Good morning, everybody. Let's get it. Make sure we got this screen all the way up the right way. No turns and all that crazy stuff this morning. So got a good show lined up for us this morning, y'all. It's going to be tight. We got some good follow-ups. We've got trending topics, current events. Oh, man, it's going to be lit today. I tell you, I'm going to tell y'all early. It's about to go down. Tell you kind of early what we got set up for you in the queue. Got certain things like we're going to follow up with our economy. Got different things coming up with the Trump administration. Seeing what's going on with Pam Bondi. Situation with the Epstein files. Oh, man, it's about to get lit up in here. So, y'all, let's just grab on, see what we got to do, get this camera straight. Want to make sure everything is in full view. I think that's going to be pretty cool right now. Let me see what we looking like on the monitors back here just to check. Monitors taking a second to chop in. We're going to see. That's right, you guys. I'm ready to get to work. I tell you, I am ready to get to work. I think we could put a little bit on it, but I think it's not that bad right there. I actually like that. I like when it's just right there, but I think I'll put a little bit of more skin on the game. Let's put a little bit more skin on the game. How everybody doing this morning? What's up, Liberty? What's going on, Miss Swans? I see you, Jay Wood, Jeffrey Spilker, T3 Got Game. I see y'all. It's almost time to get it, ain't it? Go ahead and get these prayers up. Got to get those prayers in. Make sure we get those prayers in the morning. You guys, who we praying for this morning for good health, security, and making sure that we got a good family, making sure that we're calm, peaceful. How we going to just try to get out there and have a good level head this morning, you guys? Praying for everybody in the building. Miss Swanza, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, T3 Got Game, Jeffrey Hill. I see Jeffrey Hill is up in the building. Batty Lynn, Chalman in from Detroit, Michigan. Who else we got up in the building? Let's see. Okay, Liberty and Justice. Where Casey at? Go ahead, get you up in here. Kendra, every day. You already know. I always do. Always do. Stop playing up in here, even when you're not here. Okay, also Sam Champion. Can't forget about who that? Timogen. Can't forget, you got a couple of people that always get their love. You got to make sure that they're always straight. Luigi. That's right, you guys. And Jay Wood. Amen. Let's get it going, you guys. I hope we good on the video because I'm looking pretty good up there. I see it looks good on the other phone. Want to make sure we pretty tight today so that we can get everything in full view. Let me just check one last time. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. It's a little bit crooked, but you know what? I don't care. Let's get it going. Because guess what? I'm ready to go. Made it another day. I woke up this morning like, man, we get a chance to keep on doing this, having a good show, making sure that we get everybody all this information, this trending topics, current events before they get out here. And I love doing it, you guys. I got to let you know that I really love doing it. Starts my day in a beautiful way. So without any further ado, y'all know what I'm about to say. Just want to make sure we get queued up so that we get our ring, ring, ring on time. I got to know what I'm doing when it comes down to that. Because I'm ready to go. And I know they're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. But where is the 6 o'clock at? I know. He like the wave. You ready? Let's go. Oh, you're gonna try to show me up today. Okay. But I'm ready to go whenever you are. So I'm waiting on you. Oh. Okay. Olay, I'm surprised the thing's still working. And kicked it, broke it, cracked the screen. This watch done been through a lot, y'all. But you know what we gotta do right now, right? We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up these pores. And we don't just listen to hip hop. Y'all know how we do. We gotta open up those pores. We listen to pop and everything. You know what I'm talking about? Cause do. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Ooh. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a ooh. Tonight's the night. What? Let's have it up. I got my money. Let's spend it up. Go out and smash it. Like, oh my God. Jump off that sofa. Let's kick it. I got a feeling. Ooh, that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a if pump that beat. It's Thursday the 12th, y'all. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. I got a feeling that today's gonna be a good day. That today's gonna be a good day. That today's gonna be how y'all doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Coulda went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Y'all know what we about to do this morning, all right? It's our bottom line. We go about an hour plus. But you know, we're going a little further now because there's so much to cover and so much to get into. So what I like to do is not even waste time. I like to get right into it. So what am I gonna say? Let's get into these titles. That's right, you guys. That's what I want you guys to do. Let's get in. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I got 5 on it. I'm already ready to get to work. I apologize. I got 5 on it. That means I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. You guys follow up. Let me know what you think about the videos, of course. But at the same time, do me a favor. Stay on topic. Stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from, because I love to go and find content from where you guys are at. I know. It happens sometimes. But you got to keep on. When the bicycle starts moving, you got to just keep on rolling and doing what you got to do. That's right, you guys. All I'm going to ask you to do, let me know what time it is as well, because it's about 6:03 right now in New York. It's freezing outside. It's about 27 degrees. I don't know what the weather is where you are, but y'all could also let me know that as well. We got trending topics. We got current events. We got follow-ups on a lot of stories that we've been having going on since we opened the show. That's what we do. We start a story, but if after a while, if some new information comes out about that story, we follow up on those stories to give you guys an idea partially what we're about over here, as well as the forum, as well as the family. That's why I like everybody to try to stay on topic and stay on point. Of course, you know what else I'm gonna say, right? Because we gotta keep moving. Let's get into these titles. Let's get to work now. Now it's time to go. Trump, Who are the 6 powerful new men mentioned in the Epstein files? There are new 6 men have been mentioned, and as you guys know, the Congress has actually been made possible to go and read the unredacted files. Let's see what they have to say about that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because also we have, after being cut off from Venezuela's oil, Cuba is ready to talk. We knew that it was going to happen because after a while, you got to get some money coming in from somewhere. So what you got to do? It's time to talk, time to negotiate. And as you guys can see, Maduro is no longer in the picture. Thank you for all the love. I see it going up and you don't know what it does. Makes me feel like the Incredible Hulk and just makes my heart feel so much warmer. Love you guys so much. Let's keep on moving forward because last but not least, we've got the suspect in the Guthrie case. He's actually been released from custody. They had one person yesterday that had been arrested and brought in for questioning. He's been released. We got the video from his situation as well as much more. And guess what? Without any further ado, it's time to get to work. We got gaggle from President that's coming right in, and let's get into it, you guys. Good morning. It's Thursday. Let's get to our bottom line. What do we got coming up on the header right here this morning? Let me get this audio straight. Excuse me for that. Apologize. President Trump admits that he made a mistake when it came down to picking certain people when it comes down to the administration. Much more, y'all. Let me get this audio up for you guys. You know I've been having a little bit of issues with the audio, but it's all good. Give me 1 second. Come on. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Come on. There we go.
When did you know you wanted Kevin Wars? When did you, in your heart and soul?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
When did you know you wanted Kevin Wars?
So
officially, it was 2 Fridays ago. But when did you?
Well, I made a mistake. He was runner-up, if you want to say that.
He was a finalist.
Yeah, he was, and I made a mistake because I had somebody that was my Secretary of the Treasury wanted him so badly, and you know, I didn't feel good about him. But sometimes you listen to people, and it was a mistake. It was really a big mistake. But I think we're going to do something that's really spectacular. We should be at 15%. I'll tell you, if our new head of the Fed, who I think is going to be great, and he's a really high quality person, but if he does the job that he's capable, we can grow at 15%. I think more than that.
Okay.
When did you?
Keep on moving forward, you guys, because now I wanted to follow up on this point right here because you do know that the president is suing the IRS. I never knew that, of course, if he sues the IRS, that's the federal government. That means we're going to have to pay that money. He's saying that there's over 400 charities that the government pays to, so that's where he'll forfeit the money to go to. I don't know if a lot of people don't know, but the president does not take a salary. He donates all of the monetary that he makes, and he has done that since the first time he was president. So this is a little follow-up on that from last week.
Did you suing the federal government about your taxes?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, is it fair to ask the American people to pay for that?
Well, anything I win, I'm going to give 100% to charity.
But that still takes it from the American people.
No, because they give money to charity. They give away $40 billion a year to charity, our government. You know, our government gives away $40 billion plus a year to charity. So anything I win from that, but when they go and release your tax returns, which is totally illegal, people go to jail for that. And they've already found a person that did it, and as you know, they got in big trouble.
To me, it's like you either don't sue at all and don't let them get, you know, go be in front of a judge for what they do and face the ramifications, and you know, you don't get any monetary or whatever. But it's kind of like a hit and miss situation here.
And based upon that and other things we did sue. And anything I win, I'm giving 100% to charity. Really good, very, very good and respected charities.
So I guess he's basically like, I'll take just real in reality. You're taking the money from one place and giving it to the other, but many people have a lot of differences in that situation. That's why I wanted you guys to see that. People have been asking questions about that. Yeah, well, how come he's suing the IRS? He's still taking money. So I don't know, but that was his understanding there. Just doing a follow-up of a question that was being asked a lot. Let's get on over to New Jersey. Did the party just flip radical? Just a question. They're saying that far left candidate wins against a Democrat. Now the party is kind of going a little bit different as far as I've been seeing. When we have Zoran Mamdani, who came into our New York City and took over as being the mayor. See the kind of situations going on in other cities and states. Now again, I am not a Republican and I am not a Democrat, but there are policies that I'm in fear of, honestly, on both sides. I'm in fear of the transgender agenda when it comes down to the Democratic Party side. That's why I'm in fear of certain things happening. And then like when it comes down to letting all the people back into the borders and opening things right back up, because there's a possibility of this happening in 3 years. That's why I try to say things like this right now. And I want to try to find whatever party or person that feels the same way about securing our borders even after President Trump is gone, and making sure that things are lived up to in a great standard so that we can keep on moving forward for the American people. And I don't think that has to do with any party. I think we should just we should be first. Let's keep on moving forward right now, because we got the situation in New Jersey, and I'm just wanted to explain myself before I start, getting into stuff, because you might see emotions in me saying certain things about people. That's the reason why I'm saying it, just so you know. And again, I might agree with a Democrat on a certain point. I might agree with a Republican on a certain point. I just agree with common sense. That's all.
Breaking news right now, an update to a closely watched special Democratic House primary in New Jersey. Tom Malinowski has now called to congratulate and conceded to the so-called socialist Annalia.
Thank you, Mo.
Maha. Malinowski says she called Maha this morning and congratulated her on the win. And Mejia has called for abolishing ICE, having taxpayers pick up the cost of everyone's student loans. And
I don't believe, and I'm going right into it while they're saying it so that you understand I'm not just doing it in the overall. The certain policies that candidate is about that I don't like. Abolishing ICE, making people pay for certain, I'm not with certain things like that. So that's what I'm gonna start doing from now on. I'm gonna call them out if possible right in front. And notice this is two Democrats right here. It's two people, two in the same party going after each other, but there's just one that they feel is more radicalized, kind of like a Mamdani situation. This thing keeps on happening. We don't know where we're gonna wind up at. Look at what Mamdani's doing already. Promises, promises you can't keep. Keep on moving forward, you guys. I wanna rewind just a little bit of that right there. Right about there, and let's go there. Let's go.
Called for abolishing ICE, having taxpayers pick up the cost of everyone's student loans, and blowing up everyone's medical coverage in favor of government-run health care. So in other words, she sounds a little bit more like Zoran Mamdani,
See,
her
I
neighbor
told you, I ain't even
in
see
New York.
this yet.
And
I ain't
that's
see this whole thing
some
yet.
of what's been said about her.
I ain't even see this whole
thing. I want to welcome my guests right now who are on set with.
Why would you want to Bill's knowledge ICE? I love ICE. I think ICE is cool as hell. ICE is our friends, our family members. They're making sure that drug dealers, all sorts of pedophiles, and all sorts of people that's doing all sorts of things to children is getting out of here. It's not just the people that you guys are angry about like the illegal immigrants that are here working legally and not harming anybody. That's the people that you guys are really angry about, I bet. Tell the truth. Those are the people that you guys are really angry about. We started talking about them like a year ago, when it was like, don't have people around you if you know that those people are gonna bring that type of situation in. But now I gotta be honest and kind of go with you guys too. I gotta side with you too, because they aren't just going after those sorts of people. If you get mixed up in the web, like Charlotte's Web, you're gonna get caught up in a situation where you might get arrested too. So that's why it's like abuela and abuelo, you gotta worry about your grandfather and your grandmother, because you probably have those people around and they may not have the right papers. So I get it, man. And people have all sorts of other reasons. A lot of people are scared. They're scared to go to school, scared to go to work, scared to pick up their kids. I get it. I understand.
With me, Tiffany Smiley, former Republican congressional candidate in Washington State.
No, I just wanted to get that out and just show like the two different points of the two different types of candidates, even if they're in the same party. One just seems to go a little more further on certain aspects and certain points. And even within their own party, they feel like nervous about certain people. Let him come grab your kids and demand papers. What do you mean taxes to pick up student loans? What? Taxes to pick up student loans. Exactly. That means that the American citizens are going to have to pick more taxes to pay for the student loans instead of, I don't know where it's going, how they're going to do it, but that's what they're talking about. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because my question is, would you not want to vote for this? For just to make sure that everybody that's voting has a license or legal documentation or just a legal person in our country. Is that something that you guys would want to vote for? To make sure that they have the proper documentation, as well as make sure that they're American citizens. I think that that's something that we should focus on, and I don't think that's asking a lot. But in some places they do.
ID, clean voter rolls. That's kind of the core of what's in the SAVE Act. It's all about ensuring election integrity. It's common sense stuff. And it's wildly popular with the American people. And today was...
And before you say something about Fox, 70% of Democrats actually are for the SAVE Act.
The vote first on the rule governing the debate. Tom Massey was the only Republican to oppose that rule, by the way. Then the vote just minutes ago on the SAVE Act itself. Now, the SAVE Act narrowly passed because 213 Democrats, 213, voted against it. Only one Democrat, Congressman Henry Cuellar, voted yes. Good for him. So why the Democrat opposition? Well, it was one disingenuous argument after another.
What's up, bro?
This is election rigging.
Let Handman talk. I want to know what he means by am I serious? Let him talk.
Is voter suppression. The American people aren't going to stand for it, and nobody should vote for it.
The Save America Act is just another part of a scheme by House Republicans and the Trump administration to take over our elections.
What this bill does do is make other problems and make it harder to vote. It undermines our democracy.
How does it make it hard to vote? I don't understand any of these points right here. And if you guys are feeling the same way, yes, let's have a forum about it. I want to know why you feel that you shouldn't have, make sure citizens or American citizens only, and make sure people with identification go to vote. I want to know why. Epstein files should be y'all focus. Grand Rising, come on and like and share. Vote Democrat if you want more taxes. I just don't know anymore. I can't catch a break, Sam Champion. You can catch a break. Holla at me in the email. I actually wanted to talk to you about some stuff anyway. Sam Champion, I'm glad you're here. Email me, Doug. We got to holler about some stuff. I want to see what you do. Let's see if we can get some stuff going. Can I get a free ID? Can get ID free? Shouldn't be an issue. Thank God, Liberty, you're going to be the reason this channel cancels. No, she's not. Just keep on going.
I love the reading. They just have to read. They can't think. They have to read. Senator, great to see you. Senator Eric Schmidt from Missouri is with us. So now the SAVE Act passed, and Tom Massey did vote for it, I have to say. Good for him. But it's coming to the Senate. I believe Lisa Murkowski has already said she's a no vote from Alaska.
I'm still trying to see why nobody would want to license, not ID.
Well, we ought to push this. I think the American people want us to fight, Laura. This is an 80% issue. And by the way, over 70% of Democrats support this. So Democrat elected politicians are totally out of touch. And this is, I think, if you look at 2024 election, it was the return of common sense. And nothing could be more common sense than actually having to prove through photo ID that you are who you say you are to vote in our elections. If we believe in secure elections, this is absolutely something we should do. And you have to do it to check into a hotel, to buy a plane ticket, right?
Yeah, but let's keep on moving forward. And I want to remind the people that were here yesterday as well as the day before. Now, if they really want to get around that, you seen this lady yesterday, the 49-year-old lady, she had what? 4 different identifications. She had a passport. She had already made over $400,000. There's people that are not supposed to have, identification that are still voting. And she voted because that was one of the charges that she was brought up on. We reported that yesterday and the day before. Let's get on over to Cuba because like I said, they're ready to talk now, especially since that oil's been cut off. And you know, Maduro has no more relationships with them.
Cuba's communist president said he is now willing to talk after being cut off from Venezuelan oil.
I think the fact that the Cuban government is on its last leg and its country is about to collapse, they should be wise in their statements directed towards the president of the United States. But
question, what about the political prisoners that are over there in hiding? What about the political prisoners? I know that Assata Shakur is no longer alive, but what about the other people? Anybody ever think about that when it comes down to Cuba? Because I'm sure that that's going to be part of what the United States asks for. Anybody ever think about that? Because I do all the time.
But as I just reiterated, the president is always willing to engage in diplomacy, and I believe that's something that is taking place, in fact, with the Cuban government.
As the U.S. cuts off global oil to Cuba, the island's communist regime could get President Trump to back off by offering something he's showing special interest in: dictatorship instruction. Hi, I'm Tim Padgett,
Okay, you guys, that's all we're going to get on that. But I would like your comments, and I want to know, nope, so many claim they owe taxes this year. I got to pay hella taxes since my 500K. Okay, I wanted to know what you guys thought about that Cuba question. Let's keep on moving forward, because now I know we got a lot to go through. I know we can't stay on one topic too long. We got a situation right now, and it makes a lot of sense. And I've been saying it a long time. I've been worried about drones that are made by foreign companies. I've been worried about anything that has to do with, like, let's say GPS, and anything that has to do with mapping that has to do with our country. Why? Because once you get our coordinates and everything like that, it's easy to do other stuff. Think about this, and I know some people know about the situation with the 7-Elevens, with the gas stations. What if they decided just to shut all of them down? We'd be really hurt behind something like that because, you know, we don't own a lot of that stuff. So now we got other situations that we have to worry about too. Foreign countries owning U.S. farmland. They got a new Securities Act that they're trying to put together that secures the land that's farmed by ownerships. Foreign land threat. So Trump launches this Pentagon Security Pact to stop China, foreign adversaries, from owning our land. It's not really a good thing if you guys think about it. It's bad enough that they own the drones and all of the information that come off the drones go onto a server and they got all your information like real time. Nobody thinks about that, right? And now they own land. They can actually say, oh, you know, we're not even going to farm now. And that could suppress farming and all sorts of agricultural situations, or even worse. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because a lot of people don't think about that. Oh, it's just the farming or whatever. But it's so much more than just that.
The Department of Agriculture advancing the Farm Security Action Plan to protect U.S. farmland and federal programs from foreign adversaries. This includes more transparency around foreign ownership of farmland and ensuring federal programs do not support foreign-based supply chains. Joining me now is the Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins. Secretary, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning, Maria. Great to be back on.
And I know you'll be signing a new memorandum of understanding today with the Department of War Secretary Pete Hegseth. You've said many times, farm security is national security. Tell us about today's action.
Well, in just about an hour, Secretary Hegseth is coming over to USDA. We'll be hosting an event, doing a press conference, and signing a memorandum of understanding that an unprecedented effort to ensure that our departments are working together. I appreciate you've always been so great to let me come on and talk about how farm security is national security, that before President Trump came into office, the consolidation of our farmlands, the foreign adversarial ownership of farmlands, especially from China and other places, has really been creeping up on our country. Now we have almost 300,000 acres owned by China. Of course, a lot of our food supply and food sources are now foreign, come from foreign sources, and we're working to reverse that while at the same time protecting our farmers, protecting our farmland from our foreign adversaries. So it's just another step in the right direction. I'm so proud of Secretary Hegseth. He has leaned all in on this, as has the president, and we're going to keep fighting for our American farmers and ranchers.
Well, that's a lot of acres.
I actually saw two things in that video right there. I saw a lot of work being done, and I saw a lot of, why would I want to eat any of that with that truck running over it and doing all of that? I see why organic is the thing now, and small batches is the way to go. I don't know if I even want to eat any of that wheat or whatever they cutting down. Let's get on over to Venezuela. The country and the government were being incredibly mature. They see a golden opportunity when it comes down to the new president, and this National Assembly says, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Yes, we got to get onto it. We do news from all over the world, and we keep on doing our follow-ups.
Mr. Rodriguez, mucho gusto. Thank you so much for the interview and for speaking with us. It's good to see you. I just want to start with, it's been about, I think, 36 days since the United States came in, captured your leader, Nicolas Maduro, took him back to the United States to face drug charges. I wanted to start with, how has your country digested that moment? It feels pretty stable here right now. How has your government digested that moment as well?
Realmente con una gran madurez.
So the country has been incredibly mature about it, even though it was a highly traumatic event which took place. The government of Del Cielo Ina Rodriguez is actually looking for that, to stabilize the country completely and to make it all good and reconcile everybody, all the population of Venezuela.
Usted ha podido ver.
We know that you've been around Caracas lately and that you have been able to see the normality on the streets. We are well aware that the people are just looking to consolidate and get back to normality and to live their life.
I've seen there's images of Maduro, there's signs asking for his release in the city. Do you think that Maduro might be released? Is that part of any, I know you're obviously working with the United States government very closely now. Is that part of a negotiation that you might be able to give something and then get Maduro back?
Lo que yo creo sin ninguna duda es que.
So what I do believe is that President Maduro and the First Lady, Celia Flores, who have been captured, you know, looking into international law, they should be freed immediately.
I wanted to ask you, I mean, this country is very closely allied with China, with Russia. Both of these very powerful countries that are your allies have been very quiet in the wake of your leader being captured more than a month ago. What's your reaction to that? Is that a disappointment for you?
Venezuela siempre ha apelado a.
So Venezuela has, you know, always applied an appeal to do a diplomacy of peace. And, you know, it's a country that's acting on the world stage, but there is a very, very refutable reality that we are in the American continent. It is not my duty. You know, I am not in charge of diplomatic relations. It's, you know, the duty of the executive power. And we do have relationships with all countries in the world, including China and Russia.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's like kind of a split sides right there. We got some people that's happy that he got arrested and got charged. Then we got other people that are not happy. And what about the overall charges that he's being brought up on? With the D-Rug support and all of that stuff, what they were sending, all of that. Hunter, I can feel it. Biden over here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That white stuff. Yeah, what about those charges? And what was the $50 million about? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got the HUD secretary now, Scott Turner, said we're celebrating a rebound in housing for the Americans only. What do you guys think about that? Because as you know, when a lot of people come across the borders, you can get mad at me if you want, but it makes common sense. When you got a lot of people that come across the borders, what does that mean that they need? They need food, they need money, they need health care, and they need housing, right? So that means all of the prices on that stuff is gonna go skyrocket, just like what it actually did. And it's just now finally coming back, says Scott Turner. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
Joining us now for more on all of this is the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Scott Turner. Good morning to you, Mr. Secretary. So let's start with those mortgage rates dropping. That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But it's also opening up an opportunity for millions of people to buy a home, maybe refinance their home. This is really great news for the American family.
Yes, sir, and good morning to you, Mark and Charlotte. I'm so grateful to be with you. And it is good news. You know, over 5 million people, borrowers in our country now have mortgage rates come down. So now housing affordability, it is of utmost importance to the president. And thank you for sharing this because, you know, the mainstream media has done a terrible job of really sharing what really good news is going on as it pertains to housing. So thank you to President Trump's leadership. Mortgage rates are falling. Borrowers now can have more money in their pockets. So we're on our way.
And thanks to those lower mortgage rates, we're also seeing U.S. homeowners stay in their homes for the longest time since 2000. That number now doubling to an average of 8.5 years. So what does that tell you about the current housing market?
Well, during the COVID era, as you all know, mortgage rates were very low. It was almost free money. And so you have people who have interest rates that are below 5%, some below 3%. But as you said before, mortgage rates are coming down. More Americans can afford to refinance their homes, to buy new homes. Home sales are going up. The momentum of home sales is increasing. Income is increasing to help borrowers around our country. And so even though people are staying, there are others who are moving. Supply is coming online. And so I'm excited, where we are. There's much work to be done, but I think the trend is in our favor.
Yeah, well, I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground with it, bro. So I'm not too sure yet. I'll let you know in 6 to 8 months, because I deal with landlords and I deal with people every day, from the construction industry to supers, to people that do window installs, to locksmiths, to everybody. And they're not saying the same thing. If anything, supply is very expensive. And one other thing that's really hard right now, you guys notice if you own anything, it's hard to find some good help or even customer service. Who the hell is this on the phone nowadays? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and get those likes up. It gets many more people over here. I'm trying to get you guys much information as we could possibly get before you got to get to work or get on your journey. Not only that, I still want to make sure that we're following up on all of the stories that we normally follow up on. So also, do your boy a favor, because I know it's hard out here for a pimp. So I don't try to hit your pockets too much, but I do appreciate the monetary in the form of likes. That's how we'll take it over here. Or go ahead and become a member. Seems like we got a lot of members up in here now. So you know what that makes me do? That makes me know I got to just keep on getting to work and doing what I got to do, because something's working. Let's keep on moving forward to South Carolina, where the legislature and the representatives, Sherry Biggs, fights for the 60th votes thresholds, said do not let illegals cancel out the votes. And this makes sense. Think about this. You're an American citizen and you want to vote, but you've got somebody that's not supposed to vote. They go and vote. It cancels out your vote. I didn't think about that. I said, you know what? That's actually true. It actually cancels out your vote, and it shouldn't be fair to do. It shouldn't be something that's fair to do. That's another reason why I am all for the SAVE Act, and I'm all for it, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward.
South Carolina Congresswoman Sherry Biggs, great to see you this morning. Thanks for taking the time. So tell us why you think this legislation is so important and why you think so many Democrats are against it.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me. I think this is common sense legislation. Any American should want to secure our votes and to make sure that it is limited to American citizens. There's no reason that a foreigner, or especially an illegal alien, should come in and cast a vote that would cancel out one of our American citizens. And it's common sense.
Right.
Absolutely. So what would also be common sense is why Republicans would want to do it. But it doesn't look like Senate Majority Leader John Thune will force a vote on this measure, and he won't get rid of the 60-vote threshold to pass it. So how frustrating is it for you that Senate Republicans just appear willing to accept defeat and not even try to get this issue passed into law and on the president's desk?
Well, the president has made it very clear that this is important. I just got to feel like the Senate is going to do the right thing. This is not only what President Trump wants, this is what American citizens want. And I know the voters in the 3rd District of South Carolina, they sent me here to make a difference. And so I'm going to fight until the very end to ensure that that happens.
Now, that's where my family's from, by the way, from South Carolina, you know what I'm saying? So when I hear that accent, I can identify with what they're saying. You hear what I'm telling you? And when it comes down to the votes and stuff like that, and someone just said that it's already pre-scripted for who they want to be the president or get elected, I have no control of that. What we got to do is just do the best that we can to cast our votes and hope that they actually count. Because whatever happens after that, if it goes to some other secret thing that we have nothing to know about, we don't know. We're in the matrix. Let's keep on moving forward. But what I would appreciate, if y'all go ahead and hit that like button. We want to make sure we get more people over here to talk about this Capitol Hill situation, because Minnesota is under investigation for fraud tourism. That's right. We talked about it first right here. That's when you go from one state to another, fraud tourism, to steal some money and bring it back to the state that you're in. It's like a tourist, like you're going on tour, right? So we got 2 men that were caught stealing $2 million. Pam Bondi ain't too happy about this situation right here either. Let's go ahead, y'all. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. 2 million? Oh man, this is crazy, right? I mean, yeah, $2 million.
That massive Minnesota fraud scandal is in spotlight today on Capitol Hill. 2 Senate hearings zeroing in on where the money went and who cashed it in. By the way, the money now being looked at is about $9 billion. Lawmakers now sounding the alarm on so-called fraud tourism. Have you heard of this? 2 men from Pennsylvania pleaded guilty to traveling to Minneapolis to steal more than $3 million from Minnesota taxpayers. Fox Business correspondent Darren Botello reports live on Capitol Hill. Darren.
Hi, good morning, Harris. So about $3.5 million in fraud was discovered. This is according to the Department of Justice. The 2 men you talked about that went from Pennsylvania over to Minnesota to commit this fraud, they pleaded guilty in court today of scamming Medicaid beneficiaries, get this, at homeless shelters and Section 8 housing. And what's most notable about this case, Harris, according to the DOJ, this represents the first charges involving the use of artificial intelligence to further a fraud scheme targeting healthcare programs in Minnesota, with the 2 fraudsters we talked about concealing the scheme by using AI, including ChatGPT, to create fake records when questioned by insurance companies. Exclusive to Fox this morning, Attorney General Pam Bondi releasing the statement saying criminal fraud not only robs taxpayers, it shatters trust in our institutions. Under President Trump's leadership, today's convictions are just the beginning.
So they had the AI making the paperwork, y'all. Like, yeah, make me some paperwork for this company that says this and that and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And AI would just, yo, that's some high level. I ain't even gonna say it because I don't want nobody to start thinking about doing it.
Prosecutors will work tirelessly to unravel criminal fraud schemes and charge their perpetrators in Minnesota and across the country. All this news, Harris, is coming as 2 Senate committees hold high-profile hearings. That's happening this afternoon here on Capitol Hill about fraud and foreign influence in government programs.
I am such a punk.
I'm guessing you're on YouTube looking for
I'm such a punk when it comes down to doing something like that. Let me tell you something, man. Oh, man. I'm a punk. That's why I never got in no trouble. My brother got in enough trouble for both of us. I'd be like, for real, bro? He'd be like, yo, I got to do this much time. I'd be like, damn, that boy doing 25 right now. Yeah, man. I used to always say to myself, bro, you doing enough time for both of us. One of us got to stay out here for mommy. Real talk. I let y'all know that personal stuff. Real talk. I'm not with none of that stuff. So you know why? Because I'm not trying to do nothing stupid. Always thought that federal crimes, I'm not doing nothing like that. So guess what? Yeah, everybody always asks me, nope, never did no jail time before. I'm not bragging about it. I ain't got none of them felonies, none of them misdemeanors and none of that. Because when all my boys was doing the crazy stuff, I was the one with the job. I was the one going to work. Like, look at going to McDowell's, going to get the job. You know, remember Chappelle's show? Charlie got a job. Making fun of him. Yep, that was me. Everybody used to make fun of me because I like to go to work. But guess what? I also didn't have any felonies or any problems. And you know what happened that was funny? After all of my friends actually started going to jail and getting arrested, when they started coming home, they started coming to me like, yo, you know anywhere I can get a job? You know anywhere where exactly. Now it's not funny anymore, huh? Now it ain't funny no more. Yeah, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen. Get those likes up to keep it moving forward. Combined at 7 to 4 for 2 jewels. Combined. Thank you for all of the gifts. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for all of those gifts, Lisa. I appreciate that right there. I don't even know what's going on. I thought you was getting in trouble by I thought you was getting in trouble just now by the mods. Thank you so much, Lisa. And if anybody wants, you know, it's all love over here. Thank you so much, Lisa. I don't know what those gifts mean, and I'm going to find out because I'm sure Liberty going to teach me, but I appreciate it so much. Arizona, let's get on to the Guthrie case. We got the search that's going on for the detained man that speaks out after the release. You guys know how we do it over here. I've been up since 2 o'clock in the morning, started doing this yesterday as soon as the show was over, so we got nothing but up-to-date information on our show.
You were apprehended for questioning. How would you describe what happened to you?
Terrifying. Something I didn't do for something
I was being like, I felt like I was being kidnapped, bro, because they didn't tell me anything at the beginning.
And investigators showed up to this house, or were you the one who was pulled over in the traffic stop?
I was the one that was pulled over at the traffic stop.
Where was that?
Right here on by Chubasco.
Okay, and you were taken into custody at that point?
Yeah.
And you were
I was being detained.
Detained, okay.
I was detained the whole time.
Okay,
That's
where?
what they told me.
Where were they
At
holding
the back of a car.
Back of a car.
Miranda car, and then they moved me into a Pima County sheriff.
Were you being questioned in the car? Or?
At the Miranda car, I was being questioned, but they only asked me for my first name, my last name, my date of birth, and my social.
Okay. What were they asking you about?
My whereabouts.
Okay.
Where do I work? Where was I, and all that. But
are you ever up in Tucson?
Yeah, I work in Tucson.
What do you do?
GLS, deliver packages.
Okay. Do you think you might have delivered a package to Nancy Guthrie's house?
I don't know. Might have been a possibility. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you ever deliver like Amazon pack?
That's right, you guys. He got arrested for probably being on a Ring camera, probably delivering a package. That goes to show you they on their job right now. Whoever was around that lady house, Nancy Guthrie, they running up on him. He said they had him for a while. Put him in the car. They said that you are being detained. For real, for real. There you go right there. Man questioned in the Guthrie case, released from custody. His name is Carlos Palazuelos, detained for questioning. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. We working over here.
Packages or anything?
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. So do you think you may have? Did they indicate that you might have been on her property? You're not sure.
Nah, they just came up. They until right now, all I know is that they show my in-law a picture of somebody wearing a mask or something, and they supposedly look like my eyes.
Right. Okay.
That's it. That's all I know.
Okay. Jeez. How do you think they connected that case to you?
Go ask them, bro.
Okay, so
that's something you gotta ask them. I can't answer that question.
Did they take anything from your house tonight?
No, I don't know. All I can say is they took my phone.
Took your phone.
Yeah.
You don't have your phone right now.
Ooh, he under investigation still.
You heard there just a part of those comments from the man who says that they were detained by police and questioned in the case of Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. Nancy first was reported missing on February 1st. She is the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. Now, this also comes as videos were released earlier on Tuesday, and they show a person wearing a ski mask and a backpack. You can see those videos released by the FBI here on your screen. Now, at one point, they do tilt their head down and away from a doorbell camera while
And somebody said there's a lawsuit coming. Lawsuit time.
Approaching Guthrie's front door. The footage also shows the person holding a flashlight in their mouth and trying to cover the camera with a gloved hand and part of a plant ripped from the yard. The videos, less than a combined minute in length, gave investigators and the public their first glimpse of who was outside Guthrie's home in the foothills outside of Tucson. But the images did not show what happened to her or help determine whether she is still alive. FBI Director Kash Patel said that the armed individual appeared to have tampered with the camera. It was not entirely clear whether there was a gun in the holster. The videos were pulled from data on back-end systems after investigators spent days trying to find lost, corrupted, or inaccessible images. That's according to the FBI director.
What made them think that they can get $6 million? I don't know. Do they think that the reporter has $6 million? This is my question. I don't know why I keep coming up with this. Do they think that the reporter, her daughter has $6 million? Or is that why they sent it to the networks, like trying to get the networks to pay for it? That's my only real boggle in this. Also, I hope that they actually come to an ending of this. I don't like these cases that are long and drawn out and you can't find out the bottom line of it. And at this amount of time, she has not had her medication for all of these days. I'm sorry to say it, we got to be real about what's going on here. Unless they got somewhere to get medication for her, or something going on here. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. And I still want to pray for Miss Guthrie. Hopefully that some miraculous way you're being still in health and you're being kept alive and they find you. And this thing can come to a closure, because I'm sure that no one would want their loved one to go through anything like this. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get on into this Epstein stuff, because I know y'all ready to go. Because Pam Bondi was really going in when she addressed the Epstein files yesterday, survivors, and also she apologized as well. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got to get it. We got more to get into.
The Epstein files. More than 500 attorneys and reviewers spent thousands of hours painstakingly reviewing millions of pages to comply with Congress's law.
Yes, I'm busy.
We've released more than 3 million pages, including 180,000 images, all to the public, while doing our very best in the time frame allotted by the legislation to protect victims. And if you brought us a victim's name that was inadvertently released, we immediately redacted it. All members of Congress, as you know, are invited to visit DOJ to see for yourselves. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the Epstein survivors who are here today. I'm a career prosecutor, and despite what the ranking member said, I have spent my entire career fighting for victims, and I will continue to do so. I am deeply sorry for what any victim has been through, especially as a result of that monster. If you have any information to share with law enforcement about anyone who has hurt you or abused you, the FBI is waiting to hear from you. I want you to know that any accusations of criminal wrongdoing will be taken seriously and investigated. The Department of Justice is committed to holding criminals accountable to the fullest extent of the law.
Now we want to acknowledge some people that's in the comments that say I like Pam Bondi, some people that says that she sat there all indignant, and then, yeah, you said had the nerve to sit there all indignant. Good morning, Lisa. I'm not just disappointed with the, I am just so disappointed with the redactions myself too, Liberty, but that's the game that's going on right now. What else you got over here? Lunchbox, Liberty is not everyone can rock a suit. Not only do I look like a duck out here in water, more like a duck never seen water. Okay, I know what you mean by that. But I like her in some ways, but I want more transparency. Accept Trump's wrongdoing. We also got that. Trump did that. If you build something with a shoddy material, then it doesn't function well. Same with the government. It's always like that. Winter, you're smart. It's like a weak foundation. Should not build on a weak foundation. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
In 2025, the FBI arrested over 1,700 child predators, a 10% increase from 2024. We also located 2,700 victims of child exploitation and shut down 3.8 million dark web pedophile accounts. 3.8 million.
Thank you, Lunchbox.
So please, if you have information to share that needs to be investigated, contact the FBI.
And I want to go on the other side of it, Pam. I got to go there, homegirl, because when you first got up in office, you said that you had everything and you was going to release the files. I got to go there. I'm sorry, y'all. We got to play the game the right way, and we got to call a duck, because if it's a duck, like if it quacks and it looked like a duck, 9 times out of 10, it's a duck. And there's a lot of people that are really like, you know, like, what's going on with you, Pam? We would like a little more transparency is what we're asking for. How about that? Let's keep on moving forward with someone that we all know and love. Someone that you know I always make jokes about. My little pony, Mr. Can I please get the whole big bag? Girl, just go ahead and wear your own hair. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Keep on moving forward. Your homegirl, someone that you guys love. And she speaks about Pam Bondi, because you know how we do over here. I like to get both sides of the coin, and she was not really happy about the hearing and says it's all propaganda for the president. I'm talking about none other than Jasmine Crockett, you guys. That's right. Jasmine Crockett's like, stop it. If you think you're going to make a profit.
For more on that hearing and the Jeffrey Epstein files, let's bring in Texas Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. You were in that hearing today. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, you've now seen some of the unredacted Epstein files. What, if anything, stands out or surprises you?
I'm going to tell you that they actually have not unredacted a lot of the files. I went after the hearing today, and my staff had a number of specific files for me to look at. And basically every single one of them was still redacted. And I had to ask them, why are they still redacted? And they said they came to us that way. So we will have to follow up and try to get the unredacted files sent over to us.
Your colleague, Representative Jayapal, said a short time ago on X that AG Bondi.
That's one of the 6 right there, Etcher. Why is Lex Wexler not considered a co-conspirator, not indicted? That's one of the 6 powerful, I believe. Les Wexner. You're right.
Bondi had a list at that hearing today of which emails she had searched when she went to view the unredacted files. Your response to this?
Yeah, listen, we knew that AG Bondi had what we called a burn book. And it seems like that she also had a lot of intel that seems to, be a violation of the separation of powers, right? We know that we as members of Congress have been granted by law that was signed into law by this president to be able to review what is going on within that branch of government.
Come on, guys. She's pretty. I mean, yes, she's got on the false eyelashes, and it is, somebody's trying to say it's like Miss Piggy-ish, just the eyelashes, but, that's what she wants to wear. She wants to wear them.
She decided that basically she was going to be Big Brother on us and have a list of who all reviewed what. And for why, I don't know. But we absolutely learned of this today. And
DJ Mod said, pretty effing stupid. I can't say that word, but it would have sounded dope if I would have said the whole thing.
And I absolutely believe that not only judiciary, but most likely oversight is going to respond.
In that hearing today, you didn't ask AG Bondi any questions. The next congressman who spoke after you gave the AG time to respond, and here's what happened next.
This is what she didn't want to talk about. Texas, from Cuba, convicted, homicide, arson, weapon offense.
Convicted. So what we talking about? Convict some of these perpetrators that rape these women that are sitting behind you, and you refuse to even acknowledge they are here.
AG Bondi last appeared before a congressional panel in October. Why did you not ask her any questions in your time?
Listen, I am the last Democrat on the committee. I watched her the entire day, and she wasn't answering questions. And I'm sure she didn't want to answer too many questions because, well, she doesn't want to necessarily lie to Congress, even though I'm sure that there is plenty of that to go on. In fact, Ted Lieu caught her in a lie. So, we'll see what happens maybe in future administrations. But instead, she decided that she had her own agenda. That agenda was to put out propaganda for this president. She decided that she was going to talk about the Dow, which has nothing to do with the DOJ. She decided that she was going to talk about how transparent and wonderful he is. She decided that she wanted to challenge us on crime that was taking place in our districts. And, she came into the hearing room with pictures of individuals out of Texas. But the reality is that there were actual survivors sitting behind her.
I'm sorry, we got to keep on going, Jasmine. They keep on talking about you pretty and your eyelashes and everything like that, but we got more to get into. Let's double tap that screen, get those likes up. It was just a joke. All I did was take a pose and take a picture of me right there. Let's get on over to Washington, the White House. You know what? I could laugh. It's not nothing I can't laugh about. It's nothing to be too scary about. Because normally I want to make sure I'm not going into the next topic with anything too crazy. I shouldn't be laughing about certain stuff. So I think I'm pretty cool because that was pretty funny. Let's get on over to the White House because we got a situation right now with Howard Lutnick. We showed that video yesterday with Howard Lutnick being questioned, right? And now we're finding out that the White House is standing behind them. Standing behind Howard Lutnick. Stand by your man.
Record from the files alleges President Trump told a former police chief in a phone call.
Hold on a minute. Let me see something. Yeah, that's right.
20 years ago that, quote, everyone knew about Epstein, end quote. The White House has not confirmed whether or not that call took place.
Look, it was a phone call that may or may not have happened in 2006. What I'm telling you is that what President Trump has always said is that he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his Mar-a-Lago club because Jeffrey Epstein was a creep, and that remains true. And this call, if it did happen, corroborates exactly what President Trump has said from the beginning.
Actually have more on that and a little bit of proof down the line. So stick around. Do your boy a favor. Double tap that screen. Please, let's get those likes up. I really would appreciate it. It gets more people over here to see what we got going on with the show. Also, you haven't subscribed to the channel yet? You're not a member? Come on now. We got all type of member perks going on, right? I don't know who sent those gifts today, but whoever you are, All you got to do right now is go to my email address, bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Lisa, other person as well. I'd love to send you guys some merch just to make sure that you guys are being part of getting some love from the family. And yeah, just go ahead and email me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. I'll make sure that you guys get some decals, send you guys over some keychains. You know, I like to make sure that people get love when they do things like that. So it's not just about the full memberships, because some people come on and buy 10 or 20 memberships. Those people should email me. I would send you guys your merch. Let's do what you got to do. I like to make sure that you guys got your stuff. You don't just got to go on the website and buy stuff. You just got to email me, especially if you're a member and you've been here for 3 months or longer. I could send it to you. It's nothing. Drop it in an envelope. Be at you in 2 days. Don't think I'm telling the truth? Ask Miss Swanza. Ask a couple of people inside the comments. They'll tell you we don't play around here when it comes down to the merch. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep it moving.
And on Capitol Hill yesterday, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick acknowledged that he met with Jeffrey Epstein on his island after Epstein was convicted for soliciting prostitution from a child in 2008.
We had lunch on the island. That is true, for an hour, and we left with all of my children, with my nannies and my wife, all together.
See, but he didn't say that the first time. And I don't pull punches on this subject and on this topic. So if he dies, he dies. If you was dealing with this situation, I don't care who you are. So you guys, Republicans, Democrats, and Independents, you might get mad at me on this, because if he's part of your party and whoever the person is, whoever it is, or whatever party they are, if y'all like this behind him and whatever he do is okay, y'all can go ahead and kick a rock for a block, because we don't play around with messing with kids over here. I don't care if he down with the H+OUR party. Get the hell up out of here. And somebody said something earlier. We do need more than 2 parties. This way I ain't got to be worrying about everybody thinking I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat or something like that. How about we get another party? Can't fund it, huh? Yeah, let's keep on going.
CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand joins us from the White House with more on this. Good morning, Natalie. Tell us more about how the White House is grappling with these new Epstein developments and what lawmakers are saying.
Good morning, Errol. The White House continues to say that the release of the 3 million DOJ files
Vote
shows
policy, not color of
transparency.
skin. Yep.
But lawmakers and survivors of Epstein are just slamming the DOJ
with
for
the
the
independent
redactions
party,
and
yeah.
the files that they say are still being
Buffoons.
withheld. Lawmakers
Okay.
estimate the number to be around 2.5 million. And in a new letter from a group of survivors to the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, they say that the way the files have been released remain incomplete in a way that is both staggering and indefensible. They also call the redactions and disclosures in the release, quote, reckless and dangerous, saying some survivors' names and identifying information have been exposed, while other individuals' names were redacted, from businessmen to law enforcement officials. Some lawmakers have called this simply baffling. Take a listen.
There's a lot of redactions that were not necessary, that are redacting people who are not victims in any way. There's also a lot of redactions of investigators themselves and FBI and DOJ personnel. I'm not quite sure why they felt they needed to do that.
We knew that those redactions were going to come down, but I just didn't expect this much. But there are other ways to get around them. Like when I showed you guys earlier, you put it in a Word file. You can actually copy paste all the redactions that come off, but depending on certain ones of them, because some of them they got real clever with after they found out about that. We got to keep on moving forward. We got a lot going on, and I know that I said we need more than two parties. I kind of want to fix that up a little bit. When I say more than two parties that have the backing, more than 2 parties that actually have a voice. Well, 2 parties that actually have, a standing in what's going on. Yes, we have the independent party, got the conservatives and stuff like that. I understand what you guys mean, but nothing really stands with when it comes down to when it really means something. Like, at the end of the day, when it comes down to the 2 parties, when it's Democrat or Republican, because most of the time, who gets voted in? Democrat or Republican? Not these other parties that are in right now. That's what we're kind of trying to talk about. Okay, that's what we mean by it. NBC, let's get on over to some more Jeffrey Epstein information about these documents that have been relieved. And the police chief says Trump warned him years ago about what was going on with Jeffrey Epstein. So now these are layers of the onion that are starting to come off. And I don't know if it has any bearing or any weight with you guys. What do you think? The fact that Donald Trump actually spoke to the police about Jeffrey Epstein in the past. What do you guys think about that? Did that hold any weight with you? Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen to get those likes. So we got much more to get into, you guys. Let's go.
Newly released documents tonight say President Trump personally warned officials about Jeffrey Epstein decades ago. An FBI interview summary describing how President Trump called the then Palm Beach police chief to tell him, "Thank goodness you're stopping Jeffrey Epstein. Everyone has known he's been doing this." Adding people in New York knew Epstein was disgusting.
He kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his Mar-a-Lago club because Jeffrey Epstein was a creep, and that remains true. And this call, if it did happen, corroborates exactly what President Trump has said from the beginning.
But President Trump said this in 2019.
Yeah, lobbyists, they always find a way. They always find a way to get things through. Yeah, get rid of the lobbyists as well as end term limits. Put it to end, right? Put in term limits. Put in term limits. Put in term limits.
No, I had no idea. I had no idea.
The former Palm Beach police chief, Michael Ryder, not commenting to NBC News, but telling the Miami Herald the interview with Donald Trump happened in the summer of 2006. According to the document, the president told Ryder he was around Epstein once when teenagers were present, and Mr. Trump said he got the hell out of there, and added about Epstein's convicted co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell, she is evil, and to focus on her. Newly released video shows Maxwell, now in prison, declining to answer lawmaker questions
Top
Monday.
of the morning. Thank
I
you,
invoke
Miles.
my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
It's coming as Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick's under fire for his connection to Epstein, his former next-door neighbor, last year saying this about a 2005 visit.
My wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again.
But DOJ records show Lutnick did interact with Epstein again.
Did you, in fact, make the visit to Jeffrey Epstein's private island?
I did have lunch with him as I was on a boat going across on a family vacation. My wife was with me, as were my 4 children and nannies.
Lutnick has not been accused of wrongdoing in connection with Epstein, saying today he had no relationship with and barely anything to do with Epstein.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay...
No, because y'all are on point like crazy today. I don't know what's going on, but this last person got my next clip coming up. I don't know how we that sync. That's crazy. DJC6323, they need all of the forensic teams to all of their properties, the ranch, island, and apartments, looking for human DNA and remains. DJC, what's up with you? I'm going to let you announce the next clip with what you just said.
Pages of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein providing more information on the convicted sex offender's crimes. Among the files, claims bodies are buried near Epstein's Zorro Ranch in Santa Fe County. Tonight, the state land commissioner demanding an investigation.
I'm just keep asking questions and keep poking around until I get an answer.
Now, how did... Yo, DJC, come on back up in the chat. Come on back up in the chat. What's up, man? Like, you just call that out. You just call that right out. That's right. That's the next clip. That's exactly what we're talking about right now. We got allegations of, buried at Epstein Ranch. Prompts an investigation. Yeah.
Those coming from an anonymous email in 2019 addressed to a local radio host.
Malia Chavez spoke with him and has the details of that email.
Yeah, Doug, Shelley, we're also hearing tonight from the Attorney General's office, who says it takes these allegations seriously, but needs more information to do something about it.
Eddie Aragon says it was early in the morning in November 2019 when he got this email from someone claiming they were a former staffer at Zorro Ranch, writing, "Did you know somewhere in the hills outside of the Zorro, 2 foreign girls were buried on orders of Jeffrey and Madam G. Both died by strangulation."
No. Go back to that. Madam G, I'm calling that out right there. That must be Ghislaine Maxwell because she's the madam of the house. Did you know that somewhere on the hills outside the Zorro Ranch, that's Jeffrey Epstein's ranch, outside of what's that? New Mexico. The 2 foreign girls were buried in orders of Jeffrey and the madam. Both lost their lives by strangulation during rough fetish 6. During rough fetish 6. Let's keep on moving forward.
Madam G both died by strangulation during rough fetish sex.
I got the email. I was startled.
The emailer says they had 7 sex videos, including some with minors, but never actually sent the footage, asking Aragon for digital currency Bitcoin.
Approximately at that time, Bitcoin was worth about $8,000. They wanted to exchange 1 Bitcoin for the videos that they had in possession.
Aragon says he didn't know what to do with the email, so he sent it to the FBI.
I've since referred to the FBI on a number of other things, and I've never heard back from them on anything.
Fast forward 6 years later, the DOJ released Aragon's email as part of the Epstein files.
Matters. I think that New Mexicans need answers. I think the victims need answers.
That's what prompted New Mexico Public Lands Commissioner Stephanie Garcia Richard to send this letter to the Attorney General and the U.S. Attorney's Office Tuesday, asking them to thoroughly investigate this disturbing allegation regarding the referenced burials.
We need to get to the bottom of really what happened in New Mexico.
She says she was horrified to learn in 2019 that our state was still leasing lands around Zorro Ranch to Epstein's company.
I canceled the leases at that time.
A month after Epstein killed himself in jail, the land around the mansion totals around 1,200 acres and hasn't been leased out since.
We're thinking to possibly turn it into a memorial to honor the victims, or as some kind of wildlife sanctuary, perhaps. So that's what we're thinking for that land.
Wow. Attorney General Raul Torres' office responding to Garcia Richard hours later with this letter. As we understand it, the allegations appear to be unsubstantiated, it says, going on to say they will work to obtain the original files. Once such information is obtained, our office will review it to determine whether any further action is warranted, and if so, the appropriate next steps.
So you mean to tell me they ain't go look, they ain't go check, they ain't send nobody over there to see what's going on? They just like, nah, we don't believe that. Yo, this is crazy. And they sent the information to Jeffrey, they sent the information to the feds and they ain't do nothing with it. Yo, we got a situation now with a singer. She announces a divorce with the TV producer after she found out that he was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. And when y'all hear the emails, I know she already feel filthy just by marrying this dude. Ooh, I know she feel filthy just by marrying this fool right here, boy. Woo, let's go. Let me give it up. Let's go.
Is a married Hollywood power couple splitting up because of his friendship with the notorious Jeffrey Epstein? Singer Brooke Josephson announced that she and her husband, prominent TV big shot Barry Josephson, the executive producer of the hit TV show Bones, are getting divorced. In a statement, Brooke Josephson reveals, in light of recent events in the news this week, I'm prepared to share a personal update. Barry Josephson and I are going through a divorce. I was unaware of Barry's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Could you imagine you married to this man for like 6 years and you don't even know that he was dealing with a person like that? Ooh.
During our entire marriage. According to the just released Epstein
and if you guys notice, I'm giving you a couple of names here. Barry Josephson, and he telling on himself. Yeah, one of the 6.
Files. In 2011, Epstein emailed Josephson asking if he knew any amazing women in their early 20s he could hire as his assistant. Josephson replied, I have the girl, young, attractive, insane rack.
And that could be true. Mom Oxy said, I call bullshit. They could have known. Yeah. I have no clue who they is. I don't know who the hell that is neither. Thank you so much, Flavor Lipstick. I appreciate that. But I don't know who the hell these people is myself. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't know who the hell this is. But I bet you one thing. As soon as this came out, that's when everybody started breaking camp. Just like somebody in the comments said, they knew about what was going on, but you know why she was staying around? Don't. Money. You got that money and living a certain lifestyle. A lot of people will look over a lot of negative things, and you guys know what I'm talking about. What people do for money.
In a statement,
now we got to go back because Epstein was looking for a girl, and his comment was he know one with an insane rack. That's what he said. So anytime you talking to an ADVERTISE about something like that, a PDF, you know something is up with them.
just released Epstein files. In 2011, Epstein emailed Josephson asking if he knew any amazing women in their early 20s he could hire as his assistant. Josephson replied, "I have the girl, young, attractive, insane rack." In a statement to Variety, Josephson says, "There's no excuse for what I said in some of my emails. The language was crude and juvenile, and I'm ashamed. While I did attend social events with Epstein, and he did visit my sets twice, I never traveled with him on his plane, visited his island, or..."
And he said young. That's right, Todd.
"Saw him in the company of minors."
I respectfully decline to answer this question.
What's up,
Meanwhile,
AG?
Epstein's convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, took the fifth when she appeared before a congressional hearing from a federal prison in Texas.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
That bitch right there, boy, she got the nerve to be in a minimum security. They giving her special food. They letting her use the chapel to have family meetings. She living it up right now. I would send her right back to Max. I send her right back to Max right now. Take everything from her. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to double tap that screen and get those likes up because we got the Burkett that actually follows up on the remarks of the latest releases of the Epstein files. And he's saying the same thing that we're saying. He said it from the start. Release all of the files. Stop redacting this stuff. Also, how about you just give it to the victims to redact? How about that?
Has been one of many that we've wanted to speak to about the Epstein files. He's on House Oversight and joins us now. He'll be having some questions for the Clintons here coming up at the end of the month. And sir, it's good to have you back on. It feels like we've made a major move toward full transparency just in recent days with these files. And it feels like we're going to actually get the full story at this point. You've got members of Congress now that are able to view everything that has been released, everything unredacted. These are millions of pages that they can view unredacted.
That's crazy. I got that suit. That blue one, I got that suit.
You've got Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie now saying that any names that are concealed, that they can see, that they'll just release themselves, like these 6 names that they forced DOJ to fully reveal this.
Y'all are on point. Somebody said Les Wexner. Look, already releasing them, Les. And we got some Sultan, you got the Salvatore. He's hit his 6 right here. I told you guys there's 6 of them that they're looking for. Zurab, another one named Leonic. And where they from? Oh yeah, all over the world, huh?
This week that were redacted just maybe 48 hours ago. What are your thoughts on that and the optimism for the...
Why they ain't bring Leslie Wexner in already? He's been being talked about for the last, what, year now?
American people that we might actually get to see it all.
Well, I said from the start, release it all. You know, I pushed the Biden administration.
Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, y'all. I
was
appreciate
denied
it.
by Dick Durbin the opportunity to put that out. The flag.
Come on, y'all. I know we can do better than that. We going in. We've been doing it all morning. Your boy been pulling information since yesterday. Don't nobody do it like us. We're #1. All I'm asking you to do is hit that like button, hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we're on. That's right, you guys. We got to let more people know what's going on over here. 6 o'clock, #1 show, #1 chatting co-host. I couldn't do it without you, because if I tried, they'd be knocking on the door saying, "Get him, he's talking to himself." Let's keep on going, you guys. We got a lot more coming down, too. A lot.
Flight logs. He said they didn't even exist. You know, I've watched this thing unfold, and I'm disgusted with it. You know. Yeah. The Democrats now are mad that we're releasing names that should have been redacted, women, because they wanted them out sooner. And, you know, you have some of the victims that want to be released, their names, and some of them don't. Because there's one girl who was in our meeting, she said, look, I just want to get to the bottom of it because I blacked out all this in my mind. I want to know what happened to me. And then I said, well, wait a minute, you want your name released? She said, oh, no, I do not want my name released. And that was the first I'd ever heard that any of the ladies that were mentioned in this thing did not want their names released. So there's an effort, you know, to push this both sides. There's been some errors been made, but you're talking millions of pages. and it's just there's mistakes are gonna be made, but I wish they'd just dump them all.
Yeah, I wish they just dump them all like we gonna do right now. We gonna dump it. We gonna keep on moving forward. Why? Because we got a lot more to get to get into, and we getting over to where I am, New York. And if I can make it there, I'll make it. Bum bum. Anywhere, it's up to you, New York, New York. I like this story because someone is now finally being brought to justice for a crime that he committed several years ago. He had the nerve to say, "I'm sorry," but he ran to Germany after striking a 74-year-old worker and unaliving him. Terrible situation. Left him on the side of the road, and instead of helping him out, left and flew to Germany as the man basically lost his life. I want you guys to see this story right here. A man with no compassion is finally being brought to justice.
Made an arrest in a deadly hit-and-run crash more than 3 years ago in Queens, which claimed the life of a 74-year-old delivery worker and grandfather. It was on August 14th, 2022. A speeding driver hit and killed B-Tron in Ridgewood while he was crossing the street to make his final delivery of the night. The suspected driver fled the country and was just extradited from Germany, where he spent 3 years locked up on theft charges and today faces a judge in Queens. Eyewitness News reporter Shantae Lance is live in Kew Gardens with the very latest.
Thank you, Giff.
Well, as that suspect is now in his arraignment, it just started. He's right before that judge as we speak. But before that, I spoke with him briefly, and he admitted guilt to striking and killing that victim. And also, he apologized to the family. The family is also inside court. But earlier today, Eyewitness News cameras were rolling as he came out of the 104th precinct in Queens, heading to criminal court.
Is he sorry for what he did, or is he sorry that he got caught?
The Romanian resident faces a slew of charges, including manslaughter, criminally negligent homicide, assault, recklessly causing serious injury, arson, leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death, tampering with physical evidence, and reckless driving. Police say he killed a 74-year-old grandfather named B. Tran. Tran was working as a food delivery worker on August 14th back in 2022 in Ridgewood, Queens, crossing Myrtle Avenue when he was struck and killed.
Damn.
Police say Florence Stoyan was behind the wheel and speeding when that happened. Detectives say he later set his BMW on fire before fleeing the country to Europe, where he was later arrested there and imprisoned for theft. He spent 3 years in Germany, and Liz, like you mentioned, police were waiting to extradite him and bring him back here.
Good.
I asked him why he did it, if he did it, and his response to the family.
It was an accident, and that's all. I didn't want to do it. I don't know this family. I don't know this guy. I don't know nothing about them. It just happens. I was scared because I have family. I was illegally in United States, so that's why I had to run away. Thank you.
Oh, you were illegal in the United States. And he said, thank you. Like I'm done. I ain't answering no more questions. Okay, so we got something for you then.
I was illegally in United States, so that's why I had to run away. Thank you. I am very sorry, and I don't know how to say sorry to his family.
Now, the family of that victim of B-Tran, they're also inside court. We're waiting to speak with them as well. Again, slew of charges that he faces. He's being arraigned at this moment, and it's not clear if he will be held, but it's likely that he will be. Reporting live outside of Queens Criminal Court, Shantae Lance, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
What the hell do you mean you don't know if he's going to be held? What the? No, I didn't just hear that shit. I didn't just hear that. What the? I want to pray for the soul of the man that lost his life in this tragic event, his family members that are right there in that courtroom stressing and going through all this stuff. I promise you guys, I will be following up on this story to see if there's anything that comes out of it, because I truly believe it. I know I'm not supposed to say this. He should definitely get some jail time out of what he did, probably more. Amen. Sorry, I know I shouldn't have said that in the prayer. Apologize. But he definitely should get his ass, yeah. Yeah, I did hear her right, Miss Swanza? Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna get any jail, if he might get out for this. Look, let the family have 10 minutes alone with him. I don't even think that we need 10 minutes. Give them 5 minutes and a boo-bow. Yeah, there you go. Let's get on over to Taiwan, where this unman is arrested after taking hostages in a high school. I don't know what's going on with the schools. Thank you guys for the love over there. I see it and I appreciate it. Check this out right here, you guys. Yes, we go all over the world, just so you know. We go everywhere. Yeah, and they're setting it up right now. An unman is arrested after taking hostages in a Thai school. They be bugging over in other countries, y'all. They be wilding. He appeared to lose consciousness immediately after being detained. They kicking him like, nigga, you ain't knocked out. Get your ass up. Talking about he lost consciousness after he got detained. I ought to give him something to lose consciousness about messing around by that school. Let's keep on moving forward now. We got to get on over to Philadelphia, where a ruptured septic pipes is causing major issues all through Philadelphia and different places. As you know, it takes only a certain amount of degrees to freeze a pipe. Once the pipes get frozen, there's blockage and there's pressure that tries to keep on going through, which of course makes the pipe burst, right? So we got it happening all over, especially in train stations in certain places. Check this out. You guys ain't gonna believe this. Look like an ice house back there, like he had Mr. Freeze's crib.
Yeah, Jacqueline, take a look at this behind me. This is what some SIPTA riders have been greeted with if they're getting on or off at the Tasker-Morris station along the Broad Street line. A busted pipe has created this ice fall here and a sheet of ice on the ground at the
Bring your ice skates to work this morning, y'all, because the ground is frozen too.
entryway, and this is not the only busted pipe problem that SEPTA has been dealing with. Gushing water shooting from SEPTA's Kensington and Allegheny Avenue station along the Market Frankford line Tuesday. Water pouring from a pipe above.
And because it is freezing, all that water that's going on the ground is frozen too. Because of the cold, all of that water is freezing.
To the ground below, creating wet condition to the entryway of the L. You've just taken a picture of the ice over there.
Taking a picture, yeah.
What are your thoughts of seeing that?
It's crazy.
The transit agency also dealing with more problems on their property. This icefall is formed at the Tasker-Morris station on the Broad Street line. SEPTA officials say a Philadelphia pipe burst Monday outside the station, forcing one of the entrances to be closed. Also Monday, a part of Jefferson Station was closed off in Center City, where a busted pipe caused flooding inside the train station. Cold weather conditions being a factor for so many ruptured pipes.
If you own a home and you have a garden hose outside of your home, I'm gonna save you guys a whole bunch of problems right now. If you own a home or know an elderly person that owns a home, all you gotta do is go into the main area and find out where the leads go to. I know that's probably sounding kind of crazy, right? You need to turn off that garden hose water. Because as soon as that line and that garden hose freezes, boom, same thing can happen. And you don't want that happening inside your home. So yes, when you have a garden hose outside, after you know that it's gonna go below freezing, you wanna turn the main that goes to that garden hose out, and you wanna also take all of the water out of that pipe and out of that garden hose so that it's not frozen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Some real quick, handy things that I can help you guys know too. And we're talking about bye to California. Mr. Zuckerberg, he's leaving, going on down to Miami, you guys. He can't take it no more. Don't want to be partners anymore with California. Same thing Mr. 50 Cent said about New York. I'm out of here. When you live in a place like New York, they're like your business partner. They take 50% of your earnings.
Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg is upping and leaving California. He's just bought a multi-$100-million house in Florida, which has now been nicknamed the billionaire bunker. And it's because there's pressure mounting in California to implement a one-off 5% wealth tax on everyone with a net worth of over $1 billion. Now, for Mark Zuckerberg, that would cost him a small $11 billion in tax. And I just don't understand these left-wing states, especially in the United States.
Why do you want these people to leave your states when they're already giving you a decent amount of monetary? No, you got to pressure a little bit more. You need a little bit more and a little bit more. And like my song says, pressure bust pipes. Just like we talked about in the prior scene, right? Pressure bust pipes. Sometimes people can't stand it. And for $11 billion extra, shit, I move too.
Where you do have competitive tax between the states, California is simply just going to lose all of Silicon Valley, lose all of their wealthy people that pay the lion's share of the state's income tax. This is going to...
It's called fair taxing, moron. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave Darth Doom alone. It's called fair taxing, moron. Okay. It's called fair taxing.
Backfire massively.
I just love the irony here that Zuckerberg is a Democrat-supporting person who just doesn't want to live under Democrat policy. So he's up and moving.
Though he did come and kiss the ring with Trump.
Yeah. He did.
Election and all.
As they all had.
Somebody said you got to tax the rich, moron. And he's going to moronic Florida, you moron. Okay, Darth, all right, that's all you got. You only got one word? You ain't no better than moron?
Sort of stuff. You know, there does come a point, no matter how left-wing you are, that you're always going to back the horse named self-interest. And we were going to do it last night. We didn't get to it, but there was a story floating around yesterday, sort of along these lines.
The crazy thing is this. The sad part about it is if anybody in this chat were to get rich and to start feeling a certain way, I mean, you probably would give a lot of money away. You probably give to charities. I don't know what this man does with his money. But when it comes down to a state or a city forcing me to spend my money a certain way, I don't care how much money I have. I'm a businessman as well. I'm going to go where it makes more sense. I get what you guys are saying. Oh, you got to tax the rich, moron, and all of that. Guess what? I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and stick to you. Especially with regular words that came from Revenge of the Nerds like moron. You got to get a better word than that. You got that from what? Chachi and them back at Happy Days? Sunday, Monday, Happy Days. That's where you got that word from. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get on to some fruity flavors that's happening. Let's see if you agree with this as well. Let's see if you down with the broken wristed click situation going on over here. Because I don't have any fight, any dog in this fight. I'm going to leave this one alone right now. But there's a situation going on that I thought that you guys might be interested in. Has to do with New York / fruity flavors. That's right. President Trump and the administration removes the rainbow flags from the Stonewall, the national monument. Do you have a problem with that? Let me know, Mr. Moron. Let's keep on moving forward. Let me know what side you on, buddy, if you got a problem with this here going on.
Well, anger and frustration this morning after the rainbow pride flag was removed from the Stonewall National Monument.
The Trump administration claims it violated its policy. Good Day's Jessica Formoso is in Greenwich Village this morning with the reason the flag was taken down and the reaction to it by the community there around the Stonewall. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning, Tina and Tashani. The flag was quietly removed in recent days from the flagpole behind me, doing of the Trump administration. So you can only imagine the outrage the community is feeling this morning. The pride flag is one of the most well-known symbols.
First of all, you got about 1,000 of them already hanging around the outside of the spot. What's one less gonna hurt? I'm talking about they want to be loud and proud in every neighborhood. My question is this, and I'm gonna go there. How come they don't have like a man flag or a woman flag or a man flag with certain colors? Like our flag could be, let's say, camouflage with a boot and a star or like a hammer or something like that. And we go start putting our flag up. talking about that's the man flag. Thank you so much, Dysfunctional Guns 2223. I want to know how you guys start feeling about that. Let's get our own man flag. You know what I'm saying? How about we start doing that? Yeah, I'm mad that you guys ain't putting our man flag up. What are you talking about? You got all these other flags out here. You representing this. What's up with the man flag? What's the man flag? Exactly. How come we don't got our own damn flag or the woman's flag? I'm tired of that damn rainbow. And I love rainbow. It's a sad part about it. When I was a kid, all I knew was the colors of the rainbow. Purple hearts, yellow moons, pink strip, pink clothes. You know what I'm talking about? Lucky Charms. We didn't think about none of this other crap. You guys took off our rainbow and look what you did with it. Look what you did with the innocent rainbow. Damn it. Look at this.
In the LGBTQ plus rights movement, the Trump administration had the rainbow flag removed. The Park Service responsible for removing it says the agency is simply complying with recent guidance that clarifies longstanding flag policies following a memo that was issued last month. That memo states only 3 flags are allowed to fly at National Park Service run sites. They include the U.S. flag, the Department of Interior flag, and the POWMIA flag.
I love these comments. F the whole movement and they flag. Do a straight march. I want a liberty flag. Amen. Yeah, look, where our flag at?
Yesterday, demonstrators and LGBTQ plus advocates flooded the historic park to chant and resist the removal, saying they aren't buying that explanation.
Current administration is attempting to divide folks through the tactics of fear and hatred.
Taking that flag down out of this particular park, it's not political, it's about erasure of our community.
I think it's a toning down and a weaning, like we need a little less of that. We need more man. I remember seeing butterflies in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book. I'm reading rainbow. I can go. Come on, man, don't mess with our rainbow like that. How about we just take our rainbow back and do something with it, put some fists on the flag, you know what I'm saying?
We did receive a statement from the Department of Interior regarding their flag policy. It reads in part, only the U.S. flag and other congressionally or departmentally authorized flags are flown on NPS-managed flagpoles with limited exceptions. Any changes to flag displays are made to ensure consistency with that guidance. Now, a rainbow flag is still on a city-owned pole just outside the park, and you see here these smaller ones remain along the fence here. Well, we do know.
Crazy thing, I ain't too far away from them. I ain't thinking about the trouble I could get into if I was going to do what I was thinking about doing. Because, you know, all you got to do is go by real quick, like, catch them right about there. I told y'all I know construction, but I ain't going to do it. Like, Bugatti's been arrested for a hate crime. Get him, he's been locked up. Next thing you know, I'm on the news like, yeah, I'm sorry, you guys, but, you know, that flag just did something to me. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't too far from there, even tell you the truth. Let's get on over to Omaha Steaks, because this could be the end or the nail in the coffin for certain businesses. A friend of mine has his own business, and he uses other suppliers. I mean, where you gonna get a steak from? Where you gonna get, you know, like certain things from? So you gotta use other suppliers, right? I hope you guys know that if you use Omaha Steaks for your business, you might wanna find another meat source. And this shows me that pricing is going up. I gotta be honest with you guys, it's showing me, and it shows me that I need to go look and see what the price of meat is right now. Because I gotta pay attention. Even though I don't eat it, I wanna be well aware and informed. I'm gonna ask you guys, since a lot of people eat here. I'm gonna ask you guys. He said, no, go take a stand, right? Y'all will come bail me out, right? Let me ask you guys a question. Do you eat meat? Steak, chops, chicken? Let me ask you a question. Has the prices gone up or have they gone down? Are the prices the same? Please let me know what's going on with the meat prices. I need to know right now. Let's get into this, you guys.
Breaking news tonight here at home. An email obtained by KETV. Omaha Steaks says that they are ending its food service business.
It leaves many businesses in a tough spot, wondering where their meat supply will come from.
KETV Newswatch 7's Eddie Messel spoke with one of those restaurants. He joins us live tonight outside Patty McGowan's.
Oh, that's something we don't play over here. Sometimes we say pause or mega, but we men. So I like people to just really be able to what they want to say and just breathe. I feel like people that get caught up on that pause thing, know what I'm saying? No disrespect, kind of suspect. We don't play that. And I'm gonna say one more thing real quick before we get into it. How long has the hot dog been in existence? I made this post yesterday. How long has the hot dog been in existence? How many hot dogs have you had? How many Gray's papayas have you had? Have you ever thought about glizzy or pause when you were a child at a baseball game or chilling with your dad where you were just innocently eating a hot dog? Need to stop that BS too. All that pause and glizzy and all of that. I don't fall into that. I don't care if you catch me in a picture, whatever the case may be. Hot dogs have been around since before I was even alive. I don't get caught up in that stupid stuff, glizzy and all that hot dog stuff. No, I don't worry about stuff like that. And the people that do, yeah, I got to check into you guys because there's much more to worry about than a name or worrying about pause every other sentence.
With the latest, Eddie.
Yeah, guys, Patty McGowan's, it's been around for about 8 years, and the owner, for all 8 of those years, well, he's received his meat in that beef from Omaha Steaks. Now, of course, with that sudden change, ownership tells me that they don't know if they and other restaurants here locally will be able to recover from a possible price increase with a new provider. Dan Emsig, the owner at Patty McGowan's, says Omaha Steaks notified local restaurants Tuesday through text that it will no longer offer its food service business.
After a few more conversations, I was wondering where and what I was going to do for product and supplies.
Emsig provided KETV with an email from Omaha Steaks on the decision. The email says, quote, "This decision reflects where our company is growing and where we are making significant long-term investments, specifically in retail, direct-to-consumer, subscription, and corporate gifting channels. Focusing our resources in these areas allows us to best leverage our facilities and capabilities while positioning Omaha Steaks for sustained future growth."
The difference is if they would have came to us and said, "Hey, we've made some restructuring issues. We have a month left. This is the new way of ordering for the next month. We will have product for that." After that, we've decided to go a different way. Cold turkey just shut shop. It's crazy to me. Absolutely no warning, it's just crazy.
M6 says now he's worried with a new provider, he will pay more for beef. He says he's looking at a minimum of $1 a pound to possibly $2 a pound more.
And so when I originally got this, I contacted my wife and I said, this could be the nail in the coffin.
In the email, Omaha Steaks says fulfillment operations will end after Friday, February 13th. Orders currently in their system as of February 10th will be fulfilled as placed. The email goes on to say, quote, "We recognize that this change will require adjustments on your end, and our team is committed to working closely with you to ensure an orderly transition during this period."
That's the gist of it, is I guess everybody wants to know why all of a sudden this wasn't good enough.
I think many more companies are going to start having the same issues, especially with you guys saying that the price of meat is going up. That's not going to be the only area. So what I want you guys to make sure that you're doing is worrying about standards, practices, foods, and making sure that what they're giving you is at least up to quality. If you do decide to eat steaks and red meat, try to get the best that you can, even though it's more expensive, because you don't know where that other crap is coming from. And as you can see, supply chain is dwindling right now, and with that, prices go up, and you see what's going on. Maybe something we need to lobby for. Maybe something that we need to talk to the president about. Let's go there, real talk. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. 8 U.S. coffee brands you must avoid. Not must, but it depends on your preferences when it comes down to pesticides, when it comes down to agrotoxins, when it comes down to things that can cause kidney damage, pesticides, and much, much more. We're going to get into it, you guys. There's 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coffee brands. And guess what? Probably something that you got in your refrigerator right now, but nothing to be immediately weary about. But you might want to pay attention to this if you're a coffee drinker. We say coffee in New York. We say coffee, hot dog. You know what I'm saying? So other places they say coffee. They say it different ways. But let's get into it really quick, you guys. We got more to run down. 8 of them, starting from number 1. You ain't gonna believe it, but yeah, one of the ones that you really like. Probably the favorite one that you always brew every day. That's right. With Folgers in your cup. The number 1 is Folgers. Coffee brands that you kind of may want to look back about because it's like one of the most cheapest. It's got some kidney damaging situations going on that's inside of there. Pesticides found in it. A couple of more things. Agrotoxins. That's what they call it. Maxwell House has the same agrotoxins found in it, but not as much. Another one that you want to look out for that is only made for branding and for real rough roasting and not really good for you at all. Don't even pay attention to where they're getting the beans from. Dunkin' Donuts. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's not even the same coffee that they're serving. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got all pesticides, over roasting situations, concentrated defects. That's right, you guys. That's right. Somebody know what they're talking about. You guys know what you're talking about. 100% organic. It costs more, but do it. And you know, and you're right. DJ Mod got me. My Bustelo too. I gotta look into it, but I'm thinking it might be under that dark roast situation when we look at this video. I want to get a couple more down real quick before we start getting into it. Starbucks. The packaged coffee says it's quality, but not good. It's got the same microtoxins in it, and it's also contaminated. Also, we're going to keep on moving forward. We got 8 o'clock microtoxins, Arabica, and the Robusta beans residue. There's a lot of residue from pesticides. 8 o'clock coffee, microtoxins, Arabica and Robusta, that's the type of beans that they use. There's residue from pesticides inside of that, but there's many other ones with much, much more. Don't even think about buying the Walmart store brand. It's the cheapest, meaning it's the cheapest beans, the cheapest beans that they source. They don't even care where they get them from, allegedly. Great Value has the highest levels of toxins and moles, contaminations, the highest microtoxins of all brands. I said Great Value. McCafe, McDonald's, seriously contamination and has agrotoxins, high contamination brand, pesticides, and the chemicals that are used in the sold bags of McCafe that you guys see in the supermarkets. It's not the same as what's being sold in McDonald's. The reason why you get a big cup of coffee for $1, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. McCafe, telling you guys right now, pesticides. The chemicals have been banned in the UK. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Told you what it was. Always look inside of the description because I'll have all of these listed, all of the links back to the video. This video, The Hidden Menu. Name of the channel, The Hidden Menu. The Hidden Menu. This is 8 US coffee brands that you must avoid. I'm not going to say must. I'm going to say depending on your level of acceptance. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
And the coffee companies selling these products know exactly what they are putting in those bags and pods. But they are betting you will never question what is really in your morning cup. Your morning coffee contains hidden toxins. Tonight, we are exposing 8 major coffee brands sold in every grocery store across America. Brands you have trusted for years, brands that market themselves as premium quality while filling containers with the lowest grade beans available. And what independent laboratory testing has revealed is going to make you reconsider every brand in your pantry. We are talking about coffee contaminated with ochratoxin A, a mycotoxin that causes kidney damage and is classified as a possible human carcinogen. Coffee grown with intensive pesticide use that leaves chemical residues in every cup. And coffee so heavily processed that beneficial antioxidants are destroyed while harmful compounds are concentrated. Mycotoxins classified as possible carcinogens. Stick around until the end, because I am going to tell you which coffee brands actually test clean and use quality beans.
I got it.
Let me start with America's best-selling coffee brand, Folgers has dominated grocery store shelves for generations with their red containers and promises of mountain-grown coffee. But independent testing reveals that Folgers coffee contains some of the highest levels of contaminants found in any major brand. Laboratory analysis found significant levels of ochratoxin A in Folgers coffee. This mycotoxin is produced by mold that grows on coffee beans during processing and storage. The United States has no legal limits for
My name is Julie, and I live in Sheepshead Bay. Last year in 6th grade,
ochratoxin A in coffee, so companies can sell contaminated product without consequence. No legal limits for dangerous mycotoxins. But here is what makes this particularly concerning. Ochratoxin A accumulates in the body over time. It concentrates in kidney tissue and can cause permanent damage. Regular consumption of contaminated coffee means daily exposure to a toxin that your body cannot efficiently eliminate. Testing also detected pesticide residues in Folgers coffee. The beans are sourced from large industrial plantations that use intensive chemical agriculture. Herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides are sprayed heavily throughout the growing season. Those chemicals end up in your coffee cup. That is paying for toxins in a red can. Brand 2. Maxwell House. Maxwell House is another legacy American coffee brand owned by the same parent company as Folgers. The good to the last drop slogan has been around for over a century. But testing shows that Maxwell House coffee has the same contamination problems as Folgers, just in a different colored container. Independent laboratory testing found ochratoxin A in Maxwell House coffee at levels that would be illegal in Europe. European Union regulations set maximum limits for mycotoxins in coffee.
I'm tired of us being able to have certain stuff that other people don't have. We need to start finding out that and try to see if we can live up under the same standards and practices. Because why do they have to have the good stuff and we getting the crap?
Maxwell House coffee sold in America exceeds those limits, but is perfectly legal here because United States regulations are weaker.
See?
Legal in America, illegal in Europe. The pesticide residues in Maxwell House are similar to Folgers. Both brands source from the same types of industrial plantations, using the same chemical-intensive agriculture. Testing detected residues of multiple pesticides, including ones that are banned in other countries, but still used on coffee crops, the beans, and processing that destroys benefits while creating harmful compounds. Brand 3. Dunkin' Donuts Coffee. Dunkin' built a massive business on coffee and donuts. The packaged coffee sold in grocery stores promises to deliver the Dunkin' experience at home. But testing reveals that Dunkin' coffee has serious quality and contamination issues. Laboratory analysis found that Dunkin' coffee contains ochratoxin A at concerning levels. The beans are sourced from suppliers with minimal quality control. Mold contamination happens during growing, processing, or storage. Dunkin' accepts beans that premium roasters would reject. Accepts beans premium roasters reject. The pesticide testing on Dunkin' coffee showed residues of chemicals used in industrial coffee farming. These are not trace amounts. These are detectable levels that indicate heavy pesticide use during growing. Every cup of Dunkin' coffee contains chemical residues from intensive agriculture.
So you think that stuff that's floating on top of your coffee is just like coffee residue? Part of that is pesticides. Oh, God, I hate knowing this stuff.
Dunkin' uses a blend heavy and Robusta beans to reduce costs. The company markets this as a bold flavor, but bold is code for harsh and bitter.
Yeah, it's the cheapest.
Quality Arabica coffee does not need to taste harsh.
Thank you.
The harshness comes from using cheap beans and over-roasting to hide defects.
There you go.
And in contaminants without benefits. At $9 to $13 per bag, Dunkin' charges mid-range prices for low-quality coffee. You're paying for brand recognition while drinking contaminated stale coffee made from cheap beans that have been sitting on shelves for months.
Damn.
Brand 4, Starbucks packaged. Coffee Starbucks is synonymous with premium coffee culture. The packaged coffee sold in grocery stores promises to bring the Starbucks experience home. But testing shows that Starbucks grocery store coffee has quality issues that contradict the premium branding. Independent testing found ochratoxin A in Starbucks packaged coffee. While levels vary by product, multiple Starbucks varieties tested positive for mycotoxin contamination. The premium pricing does not guarantee cleaner coffee. Premium pricing does not guarantee purity. The beans Starbucks uses for grocery store coffee are not the same quality as beans used in Starbucks cafes. Former employees report that grocery store products are produced by a separate division with different sourcing and quality standards. Beans that include lower quality sources. The Starbucks name does not guarantee Starbucks quality. Brand 6, 8 o'clock the coffee. 8 o'clock the coffee has been around since 1859 and markets itself as America's original gourmet coffee. But testing reveals another mainstream brand with contamination issues. Independent testing found mycotoxins at levels that raise health concerns. The beans are sourced from suppliers with varying quality standards. Varying quality standards allow contamination. 8 o'clock uses a blend of Arabica and Robusta beans. While they emphasize Arabica in marketing, testing suggests significant Robusta content to keep prices competitive.
They're trying to hide it, so they mix the good beans with the bad beans, so it's like a different level, and you're not just getting all of that harshness, but at the same time, you still got them bad beans in there. So let's keep on moving forward to the next one.
When a shopping cart smashed my headlight, we worried filing a claim would take forever.
And life would revolve around the shopping cart.
Caffeine, contaminants, and nothing else. Caffeine, contaminants, and nothing else. At $5 to $8 per container, Great Value is the cheapest coffee available. But you are drinking coffee with the highest mycotoxin levels tested, multiple pesticide residues, zero Arabica content, and no health benefits. The low price reflects genuinely terrible quality. Brand 8, McCafe Coffee. McCafe is McDonald's coffee brand sold in grocery stores. The association with McDonald's creates expectations of consistency and value. But testing reveals McCafe coffee has serious contamination and quality problems. Independent analysis found ochratoxin A in McCafe coffee at levels that would be restricted in countries with stricter regulations. The beans are sourced to meet McDonald's price requirements, which means accepting lower quality beans with higher contamination risk.
There you go.
Price requirements mean accepting contamination. McCafe coffee contains pesticide residues from conventional farming. The beans come from large industrial farms using intensive chemical agriculture. Testing detected residues of chemical...
All right, that's enough of that. My people always ask me, so what can we eat? What can we drink? I know, and it's not fair, because I said to myself, how come we don't never show what they can eat? Let's go there.
After exposing all that contamination, you need to know which coffee brands actually test clean and use quality beans. Here are brands that consistently test low for mycotoxins and pesticides while using quality sourcing and processing. Purity Coffee is specifically formulated and tested to be free of mycotoxins and high in antioxidants. Every batch is tested and results are published. The company exists specifically to provide the healthiest coffee possible. It costs more but delivers measurable purity. Every batch tested results published bulletproof coffee tests all beans for mycotoxins and rejects contaminated batches. The company uses only high-quality Arabica beans and publishes testing standards. The coffee is clean and the sourcing is transparent. Peak Performance Coffee is another brand that tests specifically for mycotoxins and heavy metals.
Peak Performance.
Their organic certification provides additional assurance about pesticide avoidance. The coffee is more expensive, but laboratory verified as clean. For budget-conscious consumers, organic coffee from Trader Joe's or Costco provides better value than contaminated national brands.
So if you can't get nothing top shelf, you can't find nothing else, I would prefer, and I'd say you guys probably want to run with the Trader Joe's stuff because it's at least organic and it's clean.
Organic certification means no synthetic pesticides. While not perfect, organic coffee is significantly cleaner than conventional coffee.
So yes, you guys, you know what? You know how we do it over here. It's already in the listing. You're going to be able to go to the description and see all of those links, even the ones that were the rest of the other ones, as well as another list. We got Purity. We've got Peak Performance. We've got Trader Joe's Organic Joe, Trader Joe's Organic Joe, or Costco's Organic Coffee. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Get back over to New York. We got a Westchester situation because remember all of those pharmacies that were getting broken into 3 months ago? They finally found these dudes that were breaking into these pharmacies and they got them. Let's go.
Up and a getaway that didn't quite get away, and thousands of
opioid pills recovered.
So four men from California are now charged here in Butler County, and tonight newly released body camera video shows how quickly police caught up with them. Our WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson live in Westchester with a story you'll see only here on WLWT. Hi, Karen.
Well, good evening again, Cherie. Yes, among those arrested and now charged with drug possession, a California-based rapper known as Geechee Gotti. His real name is Marcus.
I'm glad they got you just because you had Geechee before my name, fool.
Fantroy, and police say he was driving down I-75 last week in Westchester when police made this stop.
The initial traffic stop on I-75 in Westchester was short-lived. The suspects weren't getting far.
It did hit sticks.
Don't that mean like down south or like Geechee Dan? Geechee, that's like down south, like Bama kinda.
One exit south near the streets of Westchester. Four men bailed.
Get down on the ground right now! Get down on the ground!
But police caught up.
I want to shoot you!
Yeah,
Get your hands in the air!
Geechee fell on that ice.
Westchester police arrested four men from California.
Why are you arresting? Because your name's Anthony Ellis and you've been breaking into pharmacies all over the place.
And searched the rental car they were in.
We searched it thoroughly. There was a large amount of pharmaceuticals in the car that looked like they came just straight from the pharmacy.
Nearly 3,000 pain pills seized, including oxycodone, morphine, and Vicodin. Drugs that investigators say were stolen.
The drugs that were found were from a pharmacy called the Medicine Shop in Bellevue, Ohio. We believe that cash was found as well that was taken from a pharmacy in Perrysburg, Ohio.
Detectives say they had their eyes on the men since one of them landed at CVG last week. Tyrus Crew, Anthony Ellison, Laquan Miller, and Marcus Fantroy, also known as rapper Geechee Gotti, all now face drug possession charges.
We're looking at over $10,000 to $15,000 worth of pharmaceutical drugs, at least. That's what it is to the pharmacy. That's not what it's worth in the street. So we're talking lots and lots and lots of bills.
Detective Kevin Berger said in court today, these men, quote, do...
That one right there looked like the little one off of, I don't know if any people remember. I'm gonna go a little far back. I'm gonna go a little further back right now. But anybody remember Fat Albert? He looked like the one with the hat.
do this quite often.
And tonight, WLWT Investigates is still digging into who these people are, if they are possibly facing charges elsewhere. Also, I should note, here in Butler County, Judge Courtney Caparella-Kramer found there was enough evidence to bind this case over to a grand jury. Reporting live tonight in Westchester, Karen Johnson, WLWT News 5.
Somebody said his new name is Gotcha Geechee. His new name is Gotcha Geechee. After all that right there. And what the hell would make him want to do that? I don't know. Probably the same thing that gets into people when they say, I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump. And the next thing you know, watch your head. Well, fucking Trump, man. Fuck him. Sending me back to my country. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. But we got a situation here where the lefties are losing it. I like to watch Rita sometimes, especially when she's talking about this Bad Bunny situation. What do you guys think about the dancing by the truck door? Y'all ain't see that? Come on now. Y'all seen that little suspect dance go on by that truck door over there. Y'all seen the Super Bowl. If y'all didn't see it, y'all heard about it. When that truck door slid open and them two guys was doing twerking on each other. I wasn't too cool with that. I didn't see the whole thing, but for some reason, stuff like that finds it across my screen.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. And we really need to check in on the ladies of The View. It's been too long and I've missed the weapon grade hate and bile masquerading as tolerance and considered analysis. Here is Sunny Hostin before the Super Bowl claiming that if you don't love Bad Bunny, and if perhaps you think there may be some better options for the Super Bowl halftime show, well, you're racist.
And so Bad Bunny, while he speaks Spanish, as Anna does, as I do, we're all Americans. It is so very racist what is happening in the
Watch how she come back though on the next clip. Watch how she come back like she just came straight out the sugar field, and you know it's a prop.
this country about Bad Bunny. That's a total thing of things. A total thing of things. It's just racism.
And after the rather underwhelming performance that the bulk of the audience did not even understand and arguably did not enjoy, we had Sunny Hostin with this hot take about Bad Bunny.
Understand or speak Spanish to feel the joy and to feel the unity and the message of inclusivity.
Staying with The View, and they really do have a talent for finding guests that are even crazier than the host. And this next dude fits the bill, Kentucky Democrat Governor Andy Beshear, who claims it is his Christian faith that makes him promote kids having access to trans treatments.
We rarely talk about the why. People want to know what drives us, especially in a world with social media where everyone's looking for.
I want you to know that there's people out here like this. I want you to understand that this is the way that people think. I have no idea, and I always like to ask you guys, because it's a lot of you here, and I like to get different perspectives to make myself have a better understanding. I'm gonna ask you guys like a 7-year-old. I don't know nothing right now. Let me ask you guys something. Why is he talking like this? Why is he talking like this? What does he mean by what he's saying?
Trans treatments.
We rarely talk about the why. People want to know what drives us, especially in a world with social media where everyone's looking for the next authentic thing. For me, that's my faith. Most of the decisions I make are based on that golden rule that says we love our neighbor as ourselves. Yeah. And that parable of the Good Samaritan that says everyone is our neighbor. And so when I've taken actions like vetoing the nastiest piece of anti-LGBTQ legislation that ever came through my state, I described it in those terms. I said my faith teaches me that all children are children of God. Yeah. And I didn't want people picking on those kids.
Yeah. Sweet baby Jesus. They are not picking on these kids, you absolute muppet. They are protecting them. Read the research, Andy. You are complicit in inflicting irreversible harm on confused kids, and using your faith as an excuse is frankly a little sick. Now,
I think it's very sick too, and I'm tired of them trying to bring in your sexual preference when it comes down to statements. Why does your sexual preference have to do with anything? Oh, because you want to promote it and put it out there to put it in people's faces, to be sashaying and doing all types of little crazy stuff in front of children, to be going inside of little girls' bathrooms looking like Todd. Yeah, Todd. You don't look like Tamika. You look like Todd. You got a straight up 5 o'clock shadow going across talking about you need to go to the bathroom. You better take your ass in that men's bathroom from now on. We ain't playing all that crap, man. I know I ain't. Lucky it wasn't me, because I'd have been in trouble long time ago. If I was the same person I used to be, I'd have been in trouble a long time ago. You got to keep on moving forward right now. Anybody have any idea how old the oldest living dog is? Any question? I have a question. How old? The oldest living dog right now, how old do you think he is? Well, don't even have to ask you guys no more. Don't even wonder, because I'm about to show you right now. This is the oldest living dog right now.
You know, we try not to focus too much on someone's age, but when there's a Facebook called Henry the Old Dog, it's kind of unavoidable at that point. Henry's a little terrier from Brantley County, already known for how old he is, and he could soon be world famous as the oldest living dog.
Come on. Come on, that's it. And now you're just going to sit.
Henry isn't setting any speed records these days, but he has earned the right to move slowly or not at all, having reached what is believed to be a record age.
This is Henry. He's a little rat terrier. He's 25 as of the 15th of January.
Which Lori Hartman thinks makes Henry the current oldest living dog, and she is waiting to hear back from Guinness on her application for that title.
It's a process, and once we mail everything in, it's still going to take a couple weeks unless we raise that $800 or whatever it is, then we can bump it up. And in the back of my mind, part of me worries because you don't know how long he's going to be here.
Hartman certainly didn't know that when she and Jim Larson rescued Henry among more than 24 dogs from a breeder in 2009, taking them into their Max's Animal Rescue in Hoboken, Georgia.
We gathered all of them, trapped a bunch, and there was 29. 6 of them were pregnant, And within 9 days, we had 50 some dogs, almost 60 dogs in my little dining room, my 10 by 10 dining room. We have, I think, like 9 between 17 and 25.
All from that group of dogs?
All from that group. And we've had him for 16 years at this point. So he was unadoptable for a very long time.
Henry has gotten famous with his age, which, if you believe in dog years, is 175.
Happy birthday, Henry. Say thank you.
And he has mellowed from the aggressive 9-year-old he was when he arrived at Max's Animal Rescue.
They trying to get him in a Guinness Book of World Records. Good luck, Henry. I hope you make it, buddy. And they trying to make sure he get in there before it's too late. And he goes to heaven where all dogs go because they're just going back up to God because they're all angels. You know what I'm talking about, right? If I'm making a mistake right now, I apologize. But I watched this clip a couple of times and I can't remember if I showed you guys or not. But I'm sure that the people that are watching are not going to be angry with me when they see a firefighter risk it all to go save a deer on some stranded ice. And the only thing that really makes this man go out here and do this and calm him down is the hug that he finally gets at the end. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I want you guys to see this as this deer, the trust firefighter after a calming embrace. Because first he was kind of scared. A scared deer is stuck on ice. Firefighter walks all the way out to reach her. Moves carefully across the surface. But even bigger worries lie ahead. The deer panics as he gets closer. So he steps to the side. Calming the frightened deer is easier said than done. He prepares the equipment to catch her. Doesn't go as planned. Certain areas of this ice are weaker than others. Almost got her, right? Out of there. Nope. So he only got her, right? Just when you thought you had her, you gotta move faster than that, buddy. Talking about a wild animal here. He doesn't give up and he gives another try. I like his determination. Oh yeah, we love animals, by the way. A whole lot. He signs to the team waiting on land. Now watch what he does. He holds on tight. And his team is pulling him in. He refuses to lose her again. The safe embrace seems to reassure her. This is my favorite part. I don't know about y'all. When he finally arrives, almost as she knew that she was in safe hands.
Don't let go of her.
They put a blanket over her head and checked on her before she was released back into the wild. Huge respect to this kind of firefighter. Huge respect to this kind of firefighter. Patiently helped the little deer to safety. Man, I wish I could watch this all day and not even have to watch the news or nothing else. I actually came up with an idea. Just doing that, just watching those. Think one day, we're not even going to do the news. We're going to have a show called Good Times. We're going to call it Good Times, and the only thing that we're going to show is stories like that. That's right. It's time to have a good time show. Only fun, only good stuff. I'm going to find a way to squeeze it in one day, you guys. One of our spotlights going to come on at 6 o'clock, and we're going to call it good times. And we're going to only have good things that happen just like that. Because why not? Why not feel good when you can cheat and pull videos like that? That's right. Instead of me pulling 30 videos of stuff going on, how about 30 videos of real good stuff that makes people happy? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And if y'all trying to make some money, hit that link in the description and you will be able to make today up to $800. That's right. Go in the description, hit that link, fill out a survey. People have been asking. There's a survey link. There's 2 of them. It says fill out this survey, and then you hit that link and it takes you there. How do I do the surveys? All you got to do is hit the link. It's going to take you to the website. You fill out the page, see if you can get some money. You'll make some money. I'll make some money too. Also, you know what? We got a lot of people that come in here, thousands at a time sometimes. So you know what I like to do? I like to share the love with the family, with the co-hosts, with the people that are always here. That's right. So if you're trying to promote your business and get your business out there, all you got to do is send your promos over to us. You got a promotion you're trying to do, maybe a party, an event. I don't know what you got going on. You're trying to promote your business. Send over your promos to us at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge. This, not that, but this. LLC@gmail.com. We'll put your promo up in the post notification area. We don't use it every day, so why not share some of that promo with you guys? Only thing is, it has to be in a 1080 by 1080 size frame because YouTube will not allow any other size. That's the size that they allow. And yes, we are still doing it. The Show Your Talent search. That's the talent search that's in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. And if you win, boom, $250. That's right, you guys. How are we doing this? We're doing it in all 5 boroughs. We have locations that we pull up to, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. That's right, you guys. I'm the host with my DJ, DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew, now also an executive producer. That's right, you guys. How does it go? You pull up, we see your talent. If you're good, boom, you make $250 right on the spot. And after we get all 5 people together, plus 1 person from the web that we pick from here, the finalists will win $1,000. That's right, you guys. The Show Your Talent search. It's coming up real soon. Go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page, put your email address in the link, and we'll let you know where the locations are going to be at. We just came from doing Staten Island. Right before that, we did the Bronx like 2 times, but we're going to go back out after the weather breaks. We back out there, we pushing, we promoting the Show Your Talent search coming to you guys in all 5 boroughs. But also, since we figured out how to go live, why not bring in people that's live? That's right, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. And guess what I'm about to do right now? It's time. We got to get those prayers up because it's Thursday, 1 more day till Friday. Yes, I'm going to be back here tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning to do the same thing. But I got to make sure we get those prayers up for today, for the family, for everybody here, for your friends as well as yourself and all of my co-hosts as well as my family members here as well. Who we praying for good health this morning and security and for good measure? Everybody here, let's get those prayers. And we're praying for Miss Swanza. Thank you for coming through. Jeff Spilker, Liberty and Justice, VGP5. That's right. Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Audrey. We got Batty Lynn in the building. Kathy. I see Miss Swanza. There you go, Teddy. What's up? Oh, who's that? Vincent. What's going on? Zion. See you. Audrey. That's right. CJ the Cat. Been here before everybody. CJ don't be playing. Vincent. How you doing? Chavez. User 45. Okay, Mega Dub. I know you've been around. Rosewood, God bless you and healthy, nothing but beautiful benefits to you as well as good spirits. Kinsey, Miss Swanza, Jess Jamley, who's that? Mr. Rip, Miss Rip, Mr. and Mrs. Rip, user 4545. Thank you so much, Miss Swanza, CJ the Cat, Ashley. Who else I might forget? Okay, Jeffrey Spilker. Can't forget about Kendra Walker. Can't forget about Liberty and Justice. Also, Casey. What's going on with Casey? How you doing, brother? Want to see if we get a shout out to going on to Sam Champion as well as Luigi. Batty Lynn. Every single day you get a prayer, and we always want to make sure that you're doing good. Teddy, thank you so much. And Rebecca Lanyan, that's right. Jean Baptiste, Ad Rains, thank you for coming. Was in here yesterday too. Thank you guys. I want you guys to have a fantastic and safe day. Sharon, yes, Trump, release the files. Liberty and justice, let's keep on moving. Amen. And that's what we do over here every single day. We'll be back at 6 o'clock in the morning to do it all over again. New information, new clips. #1 host on YouTube, #1 show on YouTube with the #1 co-host and the #1 fam, Our Bottom Line. Y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came in and chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock, get 'em. Peace.